This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, can we start with the class now? Okay, we'll start off. Okay, now I'll tell you how to download and use Google Fonts. Hello? ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದೇನೋ ಇದು ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಲ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಿದೆ ವೆಬ್ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Okay, I'll tell you now how to let's say use Google Fonts in web pages. So the advantage of using Google Fonts is that when you use a Google font, let's say when the web page is downloaded and displayed on a machine, and when you're using a particular font, if the font is not available, so the appearance of your web page will break down. Okay, it will let's say the browser will tend to display it at the available font. Now when I use Google font, if the font is not available in the user machine, it will download it from let's say the Google site and then it will display. So you can be sure that your web page will have a uniform appearance across different platforms and different browsers. Let's say when you use your mobile to browse your website, let's say when you use your tab, when you use a laptop or desktop. So here the font settings will differ in all these devices. The fonts I have in my laptop may not be available when I browse using the mobile. But when I use a Google font, so the web page will have a let's say the same appearance across all the devices. Okay, now let's say go to open Google and type Google Fonts. So first open the site fonts.google.com. So this will display the most popular fonts which is being used by everybody. So you have Roboto and then Poppins, okay, Nabla, etc. So and it will also display the text. Okay, so when I use the Roboto font, how the text will appear? It will be displayed here. And if you want, you can also search for a particular font. Now, for example, I go and search Open Sans. This is the most popular font. Now I click. Let's say this Open Sans. Right? It tells me who has designed that font. Okay, then it will show you the appearance of the text in different styles. That is, if it is 300, that is the smaller font, this is how the text will appear. Then similarly 300 italic, regular 400, etc. Now already I have downloaded Google Fonts, let's say regular 400. So in the selected family, let's say you could see let's say the name of the font. So when you click here and select it, the name will automatically appear in this tab, selected family tab. Now I have selected Open Sans regular 400. Okay, so this is the Open Sans regular 400. 400 refers to the normal size. Okay, this is how your text will appear. So you can search for multiple fonts. Once you are satisfied with the appearance of a particular font, you can download it. So when you look at it, it will display two parameters. The first one is the link. That is, if you want to embed your font and use it in your web page, Google provides you a link. See here, you see link href is equal to, and then family is equal to Open Sans display. So you can copy this link and then you can put it in the head section of the HTML page. Okay. So already let's say I put it. So the link, the Alpha Slab, that is one particular font, and Open Sans. So when I paste it, this is what I'll get. Link. Okay, then when so this link will make sure that the font will be downloaded and it will be made readily available when the web page is displayed. And there is one more thing you need to download, that is, here you see it says CSS rules to specify families. So copy this. So when you want to apply this font to a particular element, let's say paragraph or heading, you can give the font family Open Sans. Okay, so for example, when I want to use it for, let's say, the H1 tag, so H1 for the styling, I can say font family Open Sans. In case the Open Sans is not, let's say, it's not able to download, so it will use the sans serif. That is the nearest match for this font family, right? So this is how you download and use Google Fonts. Now, more and more developers are, let's say, very eager to use Google Fonts because it is free. Now, let's say when you open your MS Word, right, you will find, let's say, you can have a look at all the fonts available in your computer. So when you install Windows, okay, when you install any operating system, by default, some of the fonts will be made available to you. Like then I'll have Times New Roman, Arial, okay, Tahoma, okay, then Courier, and all these commonly used fonts will be readily available to you. But let's say when you want to give the very stylish look and feel to your web page, and when you have something called as a premium font, okay, they'll be very good in appearance, but they are not free. You need to pay the money and buy them. Okay, so and it is very expensive and everybody cannot afford it. But when you use Google Font, you'll have a very nice appearance also, and it is freely available. You can download and use it. Okay, so you don't have to pay anything to Google, right? Is it clear to everybody how to use download and use Google Fonts? Is it clear? Okay, next we'll go on. Today what we are going to do is we are going to design a page. Okay, now what I'm planning to design right now is that, okay, I want to use, let's say, this Alpha Slab, the Google font, and then the Open Sans I've already downloaded. Now I want to design a web page, right? Let's say with let's say a navigation tag with a header. The header will consist of a heading, H1 heading, and then the navigation links. Let's say you're designing a web page for a company which let's say provides holidays, vacation packages. So I've taken that example and I want to display these 4 links: home, about, packages, and then contact. And then let's say I just want in the body, I just want to display an image. Okay, and I want to style everything. So assume let's say this is the wonderful vacation. This is the name of the company. So in the header, I want to display the name of the company and then the navigational links. Now let's say this is the content which I have right now. Fine, I've downloaded the image already. Now what you need to do is you need to style it using the style sheet, style tag. Okay. Now when you open this web page, vacation.html, so right now, okay, it has HTML head tag and then the links for the fonts, and you can give the header tag just below the head tag before the body. So you can also enclose it within the body. There's nothing wrong in that, but I can also give it, since it is a header, before the body content is displayed, I can give it immediately after I give the HTML head tag. As soon as I close the head tag, I can give the header. So here I have a heading, then there is nothing but the name of the company, and then I'm using this nav. Okay, this nav is a HTML5 navigational element. So I want to display 4 hyperlinks, right? So I'm used this UL, unordered list and elite tag. So what exactly I want is, I just want to display a small header area here, and I want, let's say, the links, and then this one, okay, to be in a single line with a black color background. Okay, and by default, when you use the anchor hyperlink reference, it'll display it in a blue color and it'll underline it. I don't want it in that way, and I want to, let's say, display the hyperlinks in let's say the white color. When you move the mouse pointer over, I want to change the color, and I want to remove this underline. I don't want the hyperlinks to be underlined. And for this wonderful vacations, let's say I want it to be displayed in the font I downloaded from Google, that is Alpha Slab. Okay, and I want for both of this header content, I want a black colored background with a white colored text. Okay, so once I'm done with styling all this, then I just want to display an image, and then let's say I want to publish the page. This is what I want to do, right? Let us see how to do it. First, let's say, look at when you look at the web page, it just look like a skeleton of your header. It needs to be styled. So I give the style tag, and I am going to specify style sheet rule for the all the elements from header to my navigation bar. Okay, style. Fine. So what is the first thing that needs to be done in this web page? Now, whenever you design any web page, see, you will be having paragraph tags, heading tags, images. For that, individually, you will be giving the margin and the padding. Now, when you open a web page in the browser window, by default, the browser will add its own margin and padding. Now, here you see, okay, the browser has added a top margin and some margin at the left. So I don't want any of these things. I want to remove all the default margins, okay, being displayed by the connectivity, it has been restored now, right? Okay, don't disconnect. Right, let's say here, I have the header element. So already I have set the margin and padding for the HTML, right? And then, so you see the default margin and the left and the top margin for the browser has been removed, right? Okay, fine. Next, we'll start styling the header. Okay, 100% height, and I want to set it to 70 pixel. Fine. Then background color. So I want to give a black color. So this the hash code is 282828. Right. So these are the style sheet. Okay, rules I want to apply for my headings. I apply it. Now here you move it to the top right corner. Now let us see how to do it. So we are going to do that using the style sheet. Okay, so first let me fix the heading. So the heading, as you see, it is not at all visible because since I've given a black colored background, I need to change my text color. Only then my heading will be visible. So first I'll style my headings, then I'll come to the navigational link. Okay, fine. So first I'll define the style for H1. So now here I say I want it to be displayed in the same position. I don't want the position to be changed. So I say position absolute. Right? Then I want to give a padding of some padding around the text. So I give a padding of 3 pixels. Right? And then float left. So for the navigational links, I am going to specify the float at right to move it to the right corner. Okay, then I set my margin left. You see, I've removed all the browser margin. There is no left margin at all. But I want to have some margin, left margin for my header text. So I am going to explicitly set the left margin. So I say 2%. Then margin top, the same way. At the top, I want, let's say I don't want my header to appear till the edge of the browser window, and I want to apply some margin. Now let me say, let's say 10 pixel. I want to apply the margin, and then font family. Font family I've already copied from my, let's say this Google font, Alpha Slab 1. Okay, so I'll set that font as the font for my heading. then color. So I have selected a particular color from the color, let's say picker, and I have noted down the color, right? So each one color, I'll copy this one. Right? So I've defined all the style attributes for my, okay. For what? For my header text. Now you see I've applied a green color. So it appears clearly against the, let's say, black colored background. So the only problem with my heading is that then the navigational links appear behind this heading, and I have to move this here to the right. Okay. So then one more thing is, if you look at the style sheet here, the wonderful vacations. This vacations I've included within a span, right? So for this, I want to give a different styling. Let's say I want this text to be displayed in white color, green and white. So for the span, let me define a style. So color, I can say white, or I can also give the hexadecimal code for the white. Fine. So the hexadecimal code is for the white, it's very simple. Just 6F, that's it. Hash. It's very easy to remember. Right? So for the heading, we have done with the heading, right? So the heading is being displayed very clearly, and I have also applied the font which I have downloaded. So my heading, let's say, looks beautiful. There is nothing wrong with my heading. Next, let me come to the navigational links. That is, I'll come to the unordered list. Okay, so for the unordered list, what I need to do, I need to make them, instead of it is displayed one behind the other, the list item. Okay, I mean vertically, and I have to make it horizontally instead of being vertically. So let me start styling my unordered list. So I gave the width as auto. Let the browser fix it automatically. Okay, then float right. Float right. Then okay, we need to give a margin. First, let us see how it looks. Okay, fine. So the UL with auto float right. What I've done is I have managed to move it to the top right corner. My only problem is, let's say I need, it comes below the heading. I need to push it a bit up. So I can fix it by giving the margin top. Okay, so I gave the margin top. Let me try with 10 pixels and see how it looks. Still, so let me reduce the margin top. Let me try 8 pixels. So if it doesn't work, I need to reduce. Okay, UL 8 pixels and make it, okay, 7. After that, let's say, let us see. Once I make it horizontal, it may be, if necessary, I'll give the padding. Now, for the time being, I'll leave it as it is, because it is not going to be displayed vertically. I'm going to make it a block, inline a block. So at that time, if anything is necessary, I'll change the margin. Okay. Then let me come to list items. That is the LI. Okay, now for the display, instead of being vertical, it should be horizontal. For that, I need to style the LI tag. Okay, let me come to LI. So LI, I say display inline block. Fine. Now you see I managed to display this properly, and let's say still it is too. I want to push it down. So I'll manage to make it horizontal instead of vertical. So I need to add the padding. So I add some padding to position it properly. So I add the padding. For the top and bottom, I'll just give 15 pixels. And for the left and right, 30 pixels. Right? So now my navigational links are properly positioned here. Right? Okay. Next, what I need to do, and since it is a hyperlink, it is underlined by default. Okay. I want to remove this underline. Okay, and I want the hyperlinks to be displayed in white color, and I want to change the font to Open Sans, the Google font I've downloaded. And I want to, let's say, modify the font size. I want to make it bigger. It is too small. So I need to do all this with the anchor tag, because the text is contained within the anchor tag. So you see how I've defined the style under unordered list. Unordered list, I've given the floating property and margin top everything. And then for the LI, I've given the display property. Now I want to change the font settings, the settings for the text. The text is contained within anchor href tag. So to change the text settings, I need to, the selector should be 8. Clear? Fine. So for the anchor tag, I'll give the text align property. Okay, then color. Then text decoration none, to remove the underline, because by default all the hyperlinks will be underlined. I want to remove it. Text decoration none. So we'll see the underline will be removed. So remove. Now you see everything is fine now. The only thing I need to modify is the font. Then font family, I've already copied the font family settings from the Google. I apply it right now. Font family, right? Then font size. Now I say 1.2 with respect to the viewport. Okay. So let us reload it. Right now, okay, my header, let's say heading, let's say everything looks proper now. So the text, I've applied the font Alpha Slab, and then for the navigational links, I've applied the Open Sans. Both of them I've downloaded from the Google, and I have, let's say, it appears in the way I want it to appear. The only thing I need to do now is that when I move the mouse pointer, I need to change the color of the hyperlink. So that is what I need to do right now. So for that, you need to use the hover property of the anchor tag. So on mouse over, I need to change the color. So for the color, I've selected a color already. Okay. I'll copy this color. Then, okay, so how long the color should be displayed? So for that, I define it with a transition property. Transition, I say 0.5 seconds. So for 1 second, the color change will last. Okay, now here you see. Color. A colon over, right? I haven't saved it. Let me save it and refresh. So now here you see, when I move the mouse pointer, since again the transition is 0.5 second, let's say for 0.5 seconds, half a minute, the color change will take place. Clear? So my header looks perfect right now with all the headings and the links positioned the way I want, and with all the font settings and background. Okay, now what I want to do is if I just display an image over here, I've already downloaded the image, so this will look perfect. So if you look at observe it, I've done all this under a header. In the body, I'm not given any content. So let me say img src is equal to, now I select the image. So this is a JPG image. Occasion.jpg. Fine. Now for the image, I want to give some styling. Styling in the sense, now I want the image to be displayed below this header block. Okay, so since image is a what type of let's say element is image? Block or inline? Image is an inline element. So after positioning it, let's say if there is any space left out here, it will go and display. I don't want that. So what I want to do is, and I want, let's here for the header, we have given a, the line height of 70 pixels, right? So now I want to say width. I want to set the width for the image. Width 100%. And margin top. So margin top I can give positive or negative, minus 16 pixels. Fine. Now I refresh. Oh, here you see. So I have, let's say, created a heading, right, with a text, and then I have, let's say, created the hyperlinks. I've positioned everything properly, and below that, so you can use it as a, let's say, use it for the home page of the website, right? So in the home page, this is about vacation packages, right? So the more the user clicks on packages, you can display all the details. And let's say below this, if you want to image, if you want to put any text, you can put. Okay, let me do it. Find in the body tag, after the image, let me give the, say, H1. Right. So So let me reload the page. Okay, fine. So instead of this, let's say when I H1, let me make it H2. Because for the heading, I want to give a distinct font, H2, and H2 I'll define a style. So open sans. Twenty-two pixels. Right? And let's say I'll display it in the. I'll give some padding. Okay. Margin. Right? So this is how basically you design. So in the home page, I just want to put this, and then for the other pages, you can design. Okay, you can give the other textual information. Okay, fine. This is a basic design with a header and the navigational links and the content. Any doubts you have in this? Is it clear to everyone? Any doubts? Okay,
No,
copy
ma'am.
down. Okay, copy down. You'll get these links from Google. Okay, you can just copy and paste it. Right. I'll scroll down. So when you're giving the padding and then the margin left and top for your navigational links, you might have to experiment a bit. Okay, so first I tried, no, 10 pixel didn't work. Then I made it 8 pixel. So you need to do some trial and error, and then you will come up with the correct settings. So for the heading, I've given span because span is an inline element. Okay, so after displaying these vacations, okay, you don't skip to the next line. So that is why I have chosen span. This text decoration none is given to remove the underline for the hyperlinks. if I say a href is equal to hatch, it will link to the same page when you click. So since these pages are not designed, I've just given this hash over here. Okay, finished. So let us go to the next. Okay, now here also we are going to design a page. Okay, now I've downloaded and saved some images for a furniture store. Right, now let us look at the content. So we are just going to design a single web page, let's say for a furniture shop. Right, so I have given the doc type, HTML, everything. I've prepared the content, okay, for the furniture store. So let's say a welcome message, and let's say about the store, and what are all the furniture, different kinds of furnitures which are available. I've taken all this content, I've prepared all this content, right? And I've also downloaded the images, right? Now you people tell me how to market. So yesterday we saw, right, when you want to so this is the content. So we need to mark up the content and then add the images, and then we are going to style it. Now you people tell me how to mark the content. So this is the content. Let's say here you have, let's say what, a heading. Okay, the heading for the document. Then the individual, section and everything. Now you tell me how you're going to mark the content. Come on. So this is the name of the shop, the Perfect Furniture Store, right? Okay. So how I have to mark this? This can be considered as a document heading. So how will you mark this? Right? What HTML tag will you put it? Tell me, come on. So I've already told you this is the heading for the web page. So how, what tag should be used to mark it? So you need to use one of the heading tags. So this has to be H1. So this should be H2. And this has to be a paragraph. Then again, this should be a paragraph heading. I'll mark it with H2. Then this will be a paragraph. So this will be a paragraph. So this is the final, let's say the output which I want. Okay. Now let's see how to convert this marked up elements to the final output. Okay. I save it as a HTML file. Fine. So now let's see how the content looks. So H2, then H2. I haven't closed it here. Okay, fine. Okay, this is how it the content looks. Then I need to style it with a style sheet. Tell me what to do now. I want some response. What I have to do now, tell me. I've already showed you 2 web pages how to create. Now tell me what I should do. What I should do now.
Style tag should be open, ma'am.
Okay. So what I need to style right now? Fine, I've given style. Then
We should give H1 as the selector.
yes, I give the H1 as selector. Right. So how I have to style my H1? Now I'll just copy the Google font. Let us use the same font we have used in the previous example. Okay. I'll copy that link. So the open answer. that should come under the fit tag, right? Then the actual font family, open sans. Okay, now here one more change you can make. Right now, I want the same font family to be used for all the text in my web page. See, for basically what styles I have: H1, H2, and paragraph. For all this, I want, let's say, the same font family to be used. So what I can do is I can give the universal selector, right? Then I give fine font family. Then I say margin 0, padding 0. Fine. Now I need to adjust the margins and the padding. Right. Now here you see, since I've given the for the body tag, for the universal selector, for everything, I've removed the margin and the padding. So there is no margin for any of these elements, but still I need to add the margin because it is displayed close to the corner of the browser window. Right. So what I need to do, tell me. So I say body. Okay, but still I need to specify what. Let's say this padding, then margin, I say auto. So I've centered the content. So when I say I'm not given, let's say max with 1200 pixels, margin auto. So automatically the equal margin is applied to both the sides, right? Then how I am going to space out everything? Tell me. For H1, what I need to specify for H1? For H1, what I need to specify? Tell me. I need to specify margins, right? Yes or no? Margin and then the font size. So here I say margin 10 pixel. So here you see for this H1, okay, 10 pixel margin has been set. Okay, now I say welcome. The next one is what? H2 and paragraph. For the second level heading. Fifteen pixels. Fine. Okay. And so for paragraph, I need to specify the same. Extra line, justify, then and fine for this paragraph and margins I give 20 pixel. Right? Then I give a background color for the web page. Make this 10 pixels. Okay. Okay, fine. Then furniture store. Here I'll align the H1 to the center of the web page. Text. Align center. Fine. Then okay, for the H2, for this I give the color right, and then I'll display an image. I'll make the width 100%. Right, then use furniture store.jpg. So what I'll do is first, okay, I'll give the image. and then close the quotes. Okay. Okay. ing. Oh, so I need to give the folder path. Sorry, it is under images folder. Right? Fine. Okay. And then in case you want to add some more content, so you can add it. Okay. So is it clear to everyone? So this is how you go about designing the pages. First, you need to prepare your content and then download the appropriate images and then specify style sheet rules for the images for each and every element in the web page. Clear? Any doubts anyone is having in this? Please respond. Do you have any doubts in this?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Write on the style sheet. So start, let's say, trying this. So as you keep working on this, you'll, let's say, all these style sheet rules and everything, you learn automatically once you start designing, right? Right. Okay, fine. Now what I want you to do is, whenever you visit, now we have just designed this simple furniture website. No, you go to, let's say, this urban ladder. Right? Let's say, look at how they have designed their pages. Now here you see, this is the header. So whenever you look at a website, try to analyze how it has been structured. Okay, now here you have the urban ladder logo, then the search bar. So you can search for any type of furniture, right? Let's say here you have this icon for signing up and everything, and here you have your hyperlinks. So the first, this portion is your header, right? Then let's say what, you have all the images, right? Below that, let's say they have another section specifying every piece of furniture available in that shop. Okay, then another section with these images and then the price, right? Okay, then you have 3-4 sections, and finally you have the footer. See what comes under the footer. You see, you have a small line separating your main content and the footer. So in the footer, you can let's say subscribe, and you have the links to the different sites in the same this thing, and how to connect with them through Facebook and all the social media, and then the mobile number, right? And how to download, okay, and then the address and everything. Fine, this is the finally the footer section. So you see, so in this website you have a header having all the navigational links, search bar, and then the logo. Then you have the main content into different let's say sections. Okay, so with the icon, the next section you have all these icons, right? Then you have another section with the small images, right? Okay, so you have different sections, and finally the footer, right? So whenever you look at any web, let's say website or web page, it may be a news site, news website, or it may be a blog, or it may be anything, a corporate website. So for trying to understand how the page is structured, just think, if you are told to design this website, the same page, what you will do, what are all the tags you will use, what are all the colors, all that you just think and go and try it out. So only this way you learn how to design, only by practicing, not by just attending. If you are just starting the theory class, you'll forget everything. So you have to put into practice what you have learned. Now you take this Redif itself, for example. Now you look at the home page, right? So here this is basically a news site, and with also this advertisements. So you see how the header contains the Redif logo, and then the important links, shopping and everything. Yeah, let's say the main navigational links. Okay, then you have a section where today they are displaying this advertisement. Let's say maybe after 1 hour they'll replace it with another advertisement. So a small, okay, section for advertisement, and then the more specific links, the frequently visited links like home news, because normally when a live cricket match is going on, people will just come and look at the cricket. So the most commonly visited hyperlinks they've organized. Okay, and then let's say that 3 columns are there. The first column you have this, second column you have this picture, third column you have this ad. So basically this section contains 3 columns, right? Then when you come, let's say there is just a 5 column, it may have text or image. The section contains a set of pictures. Okay, fine. Then you have the advertisement, right? So instead of Tanish, this can be replaced with any advertisement. Okay, now after 1 hour, if you look at the same web page, instead of Tanish, you'll be having some other advertisement. Okay, then again in the same way, the videos and everything. The moment you click on a link, news. Okay, right? Now you see how the page is structured. You have selected a specific news item to read. Now they have, let's say at the top, see, you make out this is the header. They have a border shadow also. Okay, then let's say you have the rediff.com let's say logo, and then the let's say the main headers, main hyperlinks, and then here you have the news item and all this social media links. Then you can have a look at the news. So the first section contains only the text, and then you have the pictures. So to make things more interesting, they mix the picture and the text. Okay, fine. Then finally, let's say you have this footer. Okay, more from Rediff. Rediff on the net, right? So here you have the footer. So you go to any page, you will be having the header and footer will be there. Now, for example, I click on the hyperlink business and I go to the business page. Fine, I select a particular news under business. Right, again here you see you have the header and then you have the footer. Right, and then comes the news item, the news heading, and then the news depending on the category you have selected. Right, so whenever you look at any web page or website, so you have to look at it from the designer's point of view and try to understand how exactly the designer has designed that page, how it is structured, and what are all the possible HTML tags they have used, and what are the different styles they might have used. So you need to analyze it. Okay, so before learning HTML, CSS, you would have, let's say, browsed. Now also you'll be browsing, but now the way you think and analyze and look at the page should be different, right? Okay, so we'll stop with this. So go through all the topics we have discussed, and if you have any doubt, you can ask me in the next class, right? Okay, good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.